Professor Malcolm Blythe adjusted his spectacles, his eyes scanning the faded script. The ancient book, bound in iron and smelling of mildew, lay open before him. It spoke of Lyrindon Manor, a once magnificent estate swallowed by the gnarled embrace of Blackwood Forest. Legend told of Count Adrian de Montaigne, a nobleman obsessed with eternal life. The Count, the book claimed, delved into forbidden magic, performing a ritual that plunged his soul into darkness and cursed the manor for eternity. Professor Blythe shivered, a chill crawling down his spine despite the warmth of the library fireplace. The words on the page seemed to writhe, whispering of unspeakable horrors and the price of forbidden knowledge. He traced the faded ink drawing of a symbol, a series of interlocking circles surrounding an eye, a feeling of dread pooling in his stomach. This was no mere legend, this was a warning. The old clock chimed midnight as Professor Blythe addressed his students. Gathered in his dimly lit study, their faces a mixture of curiosity and apprehension, they listened intently. The flickering flames of the fireplace cast dancing shadows on the walls, lending an eerie atmosphere to the professor's tale. He spoke of Lyrindon Manor, his voice low and raspy, sharing the legend he had unearthed. The students, a mix of history enthusiasts and thrill-seekers, leaned closer, captivated.
There was Emily, the aspiring archaeologist, her eyes gleaming with excitement.
Daniel the skeptic listened with a furrowed brow, his logical mind struggling to accept the possibility of the supernatural.
And then there was Jake, the adventurer, a thrill coursing through him at the prospect of unraveling the mysteries of the manor.
The air crackled with anticipation. Professor Blythe's proposition hung heavy in the air, a chance to explore Lyrindon Manor, to separate fact from fiction, to experience firsthand the chilling legend that had haunted their imaginations. The students, their young faces flushed with excitement and apprehension, exchanged nervous glances.
After a moment of tense silence, Emily spoke, her voice trembling slightly. "Let's do it. Let's go to Lyrindon Manor."
Her words, though hesitant, broke the tension. A chorus of agreement followed, each student swept away by a tide of curiosity and a thirst for adventure. Their decision made, a sense of foreboding mixed with their anticipation. Little did they know, they were embarking on a journey that would test their courage and confront them with the true horrors that lay hidden within the walls of Lyrindon Manor. The old van rumbled down the overgrown path, branches scraping against its sides like skeletal fingers. The vehicle seemed to groan under the weight of the journey, each bump and jolt a reminder of the rugged terrain they were traversing. The forest was dense, almost suffocating, with the canopy above blocking out most of the sunlight, casting eerie shadows on the path ahead. The forest pressed in on either side, a wall of gnarled trees and suffocating shadows. It felt as though the trees themselves were watching, ancient sentinels guarding secrets long forgotten. The deeper they went, the more the forest seemed to close in, the path narrowing and the air growing thicker with each passing moment. The students, their initial excitement giving way to nervous anticipation, peered out the windows, their breath fogging the glass. They had set out with a sense of adventure, but now the reality of their surroundings was beginning to sink in. The forest was unlike anything they had imagined, its oppressive atmosphere weighing heavily on their spirits.
This place is giving me the creeps. Are we sure about this? The voice trembled slightly, betraying the fear that was beginning to take hold. It was a fear that was not just of the unknown, but of something more primal, something that spoke to the deepest parts of their instincts.
It's exactly what we were looking for. The unknown, the unexplored. The speaker's voice was filled with determination, a stark contrast to the growing unease of the others. They had come here for a reason, to uncover the mysteries that lay hidden within the depths of Blackwood Forest.
As they ventured deeper into the heart of Blackwood Forest, the air grew heavy with an unnatural stillness. It was as if the forest itself was holding its breath, waiting, watching. The silence was almost deafening, broken only by the occasional rustle of leaves or the distant call of a bird. The only sounds were the rustling of leaves beneath the tires and the distant caw of a crow, its cry echoing through the trees like a mournful omen. The crow's calls seemed to hang in the air, a haunting reminder of the isolation and the unknown dangers that lurked within the shadows.
I can't shake this feeling. It's like we're being watched. The speaker's eyes darted around, searching the shadows for any sign of movement. It was a feeling that was hard to ignore, a sense of being observed by unseen eyes.
A sense of unease settled over the group, a primal fear of the unknown gnawing at their resolve. They had come seeking adventure, but now, faced with the reality of the forest, their courage was being tested. The shadows seemed to move, playing tricks on their minds, and every sound was amplified in the stillness. They were venturing into a place untouched by time, where shadows held secrets and the whispers of the wind carried forgotten terrors. The forest was a living entity, ancient and wise, and it held within it the echoes of countless stories, both wondrous and terrifying. As they continued on their journey, they couldn't shake the feeling that they were not alone, that the forest was watching, waiting to reveal its secrets. The once grand manor loomed before them, a decaying testament to forgotten glory. Its presence was both haunting and mesmerizing, a relic of a time long past, now swallowed by the relentless march of nature. Its stone walls were crumbling, consumed by ivy and choked by the relentless embrace of the forest. The manor seemed to breathe with the forest, as if the two were intertwined in a slow, eternal dance of decay and rebirth. As they stepped across the threshold, the heavy oak door groaning in protest, a musty odour assaulted their senses, the smell of decay and long-forgotten secrets. The air was thick with the scent of mould and the faint, lingering aroma of old paper and leather.
This place, it's like stepping into another world. A world where time stands still and the past whispers its tales to those who dare to listen.
They found themselves in the manor's grand library, now a graveyard of knowledge. The once majestic room, filled with the wisdom of ages, was now a silent witness to the ravages of time. Dust lay thick upon the shelves, coating the spines of countless forgotten volumes. Each book, a repository of stories and knowledge, now lay abandoned, waiting for someone to uncover their secrets. A single window, its glass long shattered, cast a sliver of pale moonlight across the room, illuminating motes of dust dancing in the still air. The light seemed to breathe life into the room, revealing the hidden beauty amidst the decay.
Imagine the stories these walls could tell. Tales of grandeur and despair, of love and loss, all etched into the very fabric of this place.
Or the secrets they're hiding. Secrets that have been buried for centuries, waiting for the right moment to be revealed.
It was in this chamber of forgotten lore, amidst the decaying remnants of a bygone era, that they stumbled upon their most unsettling discovery yet. A discovery that would change their understanding of the past and the present, forever intertwining their fate with the secrets of the Forbidden Library. On a pedestal in the center of the library, bathed in a shaft of moonlight, lay a book. This wasn't just any book. It seemed to possess an aura of mystery and power, drawing anyone who glanced at it closer, almost as if it had a life of its own. Unlike the other decaying volumes scattered across the room, this one appeared almost new. Its pristine condition stood in stark contrast to the surrounding ruins, as if it had been preserved by some ancient magic or force beyond comprehension. Its cover, crafted from dark leather, was devoid of dust, the silver clasp gleaming ominously in the dim light. The craftsmanship was exquisite, hinting at a time when such skills were revered and perhaps even feared. Strange symbols, etched into the leather, seemed to writhe and shift as their shadows danced in the flickering candlelight. These symbols were unlike any known language, their meaning elusive and enigmatic, as if they were alive and held secrets of the past.
This can't be real. How is it untouched? The shock in Layla's voice was palpable, her mind racing with questions and possibilities. She had never encountered anything like this in all her years of study.
Driven by curiosity and a sense of morbid fascination, Layla reached out and unfastened the clasp. Her fingers trembled slightly, a mix of fear and excitement coursing through her veins. What secrets did this book hold? What stories from the past were waiting to be uncovered? The book creaked open, releasing a musty odor that sent shivers down their spines. The scent was ancient, a mix of aged parchment and forgotten memories, evoking images of long-lost civilizations and forgotten lore. The pages, made of parchment thin and brittle with age, were filled with a script they had never encountered before. Each page was a work of art, the script flowing like a river of ink, telling tales that had been lost to time.
I've never seen anything like this. What language is this? Layla's voice was filled with wonder and confusion, her eyes scanning the pages for any recognizable patterns or symbols.
As Layla began to read aloud, her voice barely a whisper, the air grew heavy, charged with an unseen energy. Each word seemed to resonate with power, echoing through the room and beyond, as if awakening something ancient and powerful. The temperature in the room plummeted, and the shadows seemed to writhe and twist as if alive. The atmosphere grew tense, filled with an eerie sense of anticipation, as if the very fabric of reality was shifting in response to the ancient words being spoken.